it just having to like account for, be responsible to report to somebody, it's just it never really worked for me. And I think that, there's nothing wrong with the job actually for people that if it works out for you, but for me it just couldn't. I tried over and over. So I've been an entrepreneur sometimes, and then I'm like, oh, that's just so hard, it's not working out, I'll just go get a job. Fine, okay, so I do a job and I'm like, oh my god, this is worse than being broke. So I tried something else and I did that over and over again. And then one day, it was just, about 3 years ago, I was like, this is it. I need to figure out real estate investing. It has to happen now because there's just no more time to waste. And so I found this real estate investing community of investors that are just so generous with their mentorship and their guidance and their help, the information that they have, and I started coming around, started learning, and here we are today. So I went to school for biology and chemistry, a lot of fun. I love those subjects. I'm not being sarcastic, actually. Yeah, I know that. You would think Thank you for the laugh. No, it actually was a lot of fun, but jobs in that area are not, so, so I never did anything with that, and the only experience I had in real estate investing, in real estate, was just the condo that I was able to buy when I had a job because I could prove income, and I bought it. I was actually quite proud of it because I got it at a discount. It was the last unit in the condo building, so I got a good deal, but I went through a realtor, I put down a big down payment, and I got a regular mortgage and everything. That's all I knew about how to do any of this. And now we're we're in the middle of flipping 6 properties, like a couple of years later, and I'll explain how we got to that. Thank you. I'll explain how we got to this point, but never would have imagined it, seriously, a couple of years ago. That's a little bit about me. Sarah, you want to?
Sure. Not very different of a story. I don't know, I guess we both have issues with authority. We never liked it so much. About halfway through high school, after, let me tell you this part first because it's so funny. I know I had fun, imaginative games, whatever, but I have a specific memory of sitting down with my cousins and imagining all the apartment buildings we were going to own and what money people would give us. That's how nerdy it was back then. It was great. But so years later in high school, I just decided it's not my thing. Academia is not my thing. I started a band, toured for like 20 years, made tons of records, sold thousands of records, all that kind of stuff, and really made no money. Probably spent hundreds of thousands over all that time on it rather than making any money from it. But along the way I had a job here, a job there, but I just don't like doing what people tell me to do without a proper explanation. It drives me crazy, so I couldn't handle it, and I was just waiting to find the next thing that I was going to do. And to really simplify it, she was in Renatus for about 6 months before she finally said something to me, and it was probably the easiest conversation you ever had. Hey, Sarang, what's going on? Yeah, so I don't know how to approach you with this. I wanted to tell you about this thing I'm doing. So I'm learning how to invest in real estate, and I was wondering if maybe you'd want. Yes, I'm in. Let's do it. Yeah, cool.
Exactly
cool. Okay, yeah. So you can come check out school. No, it's fine. I'm in. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And I jumped in head first, and I'll say this: everybody has different skills and this and that. And I've done anything you can imagine that involves fixing a house. I've done it. Am I an expert? Absolutely not. But I know how it all works. But that's just part of it. Fixing a house is nothing because, you'll walk into somewhere and want to make it the way you want it, and that's just not how it works. And we learned so much about that. And one thing that helps a lot here is finding the right team, and this is something you learn in Renatus too. But I could not do this without her. And you have to have the right people come together, and we're just fortunate that our expertise kind of blend into the perfect combination here. So
yeah, we actually work really well together. We see eye to eye on a lot of things, and then there's our personalities are different enough that we balance each other out. I'm always the one who's freaking out I don't know if we should be doing this house. I think we need to back out. How much is it going to cost? Let's reevaluate it again, and over and just like rethinking, and probably driving him nuts. But then he's like, okay, let's look at the numbers again, and then, it's gonna be fine, and, so if it costs a couple $1,000s more, we're still gonna be fine, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, let's go on. So there's like things like that where it's really good to have somebody to work with, or multiple people to work with, to help you move forward. So we work out. I couldn't do it without him because he's pulling me along too when I want to, back off on things, and because he actually goes to the houses more than I do. So sometimes there's one house that I actually didn't even see it until we were like about to start the work. So I did the loan work, I did everything on it, and because of the team. So him plus our contractors and other people that we've started to trust. So it's a team sport is the point. There's no way to do it.
Absolutely.